week. I think we should probably explain the genesis of this idea, Henry.
Well, I'm grateful for you giving me this platform, firstly, James. It means a lot. If people didn't catch the conversation, the reason we're talking about erotic novels, let me just remind them, this was one of the kicked-out Reform councillors, Robert Ford, speaking before their meeting yesterday.
So I wrote an email to my colleagues addressing the bullying happening around us in KCC. I knew I would face consequences for this, but I was prepared for that. What followed, however, shocked me. I'm currently taking legal advice regarding defamation of my character by Reform UK and KCC that occurred on October the 13th. I intend to, in the coming months, to pursue this with vigour. A few days ago, I discovered so-called complaints against me, all relating to my novel writing. It's astonishing that my name can be defamed simply because I wrote an erotic novel and got it published by a major company. And I then mentioned it to a few people in the building behind me. It's a shame that our great nation has come to this. Thank you.
Oh, I mean, who can possibly disagree that the great nation, the decline of the UK is perfectly encapsulated by the reception his erotic novel received from his Reform UK colleague.
Yeah, that's Robert Ford.
Robert Ford, a well-known erotic novelist. So I charged you yesterday with finding out a little bit more about this erotic novel.
And we've got it. This is... this is R.W. Mitson, Diaries of a Colourful Life.
I told you it would be a nom de plume.
Yeah, no, you were right, actually. I mean, in fact, before I read you a little bit, let me tell you about the author, which is...
Okay.
We get this on the Waterstones website. I'm an adventurer who's climbed over 17 mountains, including the highest mountain of Bulgaria, which is Masala, which I didn't know. Right. Slovenia, Slovakia, 3 mountains in Switzerland. The highest mountain I've climbed is Chukingri in the Himalayas. He's also a scuba diver all over the world. In 2008...
It's not Steve Baker in disguise, is it?
In 2008, while skydiving...
fast catamaran... Is there any fast catamaran sailing on this CV?
Trained in martial arts for over 20 years. I've done Wutan and Zhengdao. Wow. And kickboxing.
He didn't sound like that, did he, in the clip?
No.
I don't know what you'd expect someone with that kind of track record to sound like. Possibly Steven Seagal.
Wouldn't have put him down for it, would you?
No.
Let me read you a little bit of the book.
Yeah. It's a family programme.
This is Diaries of a Colourful Life. On one of our weekend sailing trips, we were sailing around Beachy Head in East Sussex on the south coast of England. Being a sunny day, I looked out of the crystal ball and there was water shimmering in the sunlight. With Jim at the wheel, we were half asleep watching the huge white cliffs go by. There's a lot of clouds building up at sea. Jim could be a storm brewing. This is verbatim, by the way.
Is he doing speech now?
Yes, yes.
Can you do an accent?
Sorry. What sort of accent? No, I'm not.
There's a lot of clouds brewing. There is a storm brewing there.
You said to Eddie Martin, you've got to be very careful these days. I'm not. I went inside to make a cuppa, listening to a different radio station. A song by Ava Max had just come on the radio, Sweet But Psycho. It reminded me of my ex. Suddenly out of the blue, the storm was on top of us so quickly, it exploded all around us. A barbaric ambush of nature, towering waves swallowing the boat up. In suffocating gulps, one after the other. The kettle flew across the cooker, hitting the wall.
It's not very erotic. It's not very erotic.
With an almighty bang. It's the only bit I could find.
Can we cut to the dirty bit?
Well, let me tell you what I've got.
To see where the book falls open when you hold it in the palm of your hand.
I have ordered a copy, but it hasn't arrived yet. The book description. This is the meat of the bone.
Okay.
After Rob, and by the way, Rob is also the name, not suggesting that the character is based on him, but Rob is the name of the counsellor.
The real name of the author is Rob.
It's real,
and the hero of the book is called Rob.
It's called Rob.
But the author of the book is not called Rob. So you can't read anything into any of this.
Yes. After Rob's failed relationship with his fiancée Jenny and a string of terrible hookups, he decides to take a trip of a lifetime around the world. He teams up with his best friend Jim, who himself has split up with his on-off girlfriend Natalie a few weeks earlier. It all leaves a bad taste in their mouths and a somewhat questionable attitude towards women that shows through in this graphic portrayal of sex, drugs and adventure through the eyes of Rob.
Wow.
He doesn't pull any punches, showing arrogance with violent tendencies. They treat women they meet with contempt at times.
What? And he's a reform politician?
This is, of course,
the
Nixon.
author is a reform, or former resigned.
Yes.
Dismissed or resigned? I can't remember.
Resigned. He's now an independent reformist, or reformer, on Kent. They treat women they meet with contempt, while at time Rob's Shaw character tries to break free from his pain of losing Jenny. And the book, I mean, it's by Pegasus Publishers, who they also do Paul Hardcastle's book, 19. And I'll give you a couple of reviews. The proofreader says the sex scenes are very well written and engaging.
Well, we're going to have to take their word for it, because you read us a bit about a kettle.
I know, but that's all I could find. Waterstones gives it 4.5 stars after 6 reviews online. There are 2 5-star reviews on Amazon. Trisha says it's an absolutely fantastic book.
The Trisha?
They're different. Well, that's the headline of it. I don't know if it's the Trisha, but it's an absolutely fantastic book. Some of the most compelling and vivid adult scenes I've ever read. His writing is truly unique. It showcases a personal style that sets him apart from the rest. This book is a joy to read. And then I've got one more review from Jenny, who says, "Be warned, this book will devour hours of your life. I dove into this book with a heavy dose of scepticism, convinced I was going to hate it, racing through the rich tapestry the story wove, savouring the very well-written sex scenes, and added depth to the story without hijacking it." And it's currently £12.99 on Amazon, or $11.49 on worldofbooks.com.
Well, I hope he feels that we have helped restore national pride by treating this tome with the respect that it deserves.
I have gone to him for a comment as well, but I have not received one.
Okay.
But just to confirm, it's
and you could perhaps get him to sign your copy while you're at it. And that is the first episode of Henry Riley's Erotic Novel of the Week recommendation.
Back next week.
Any thoughts on what might pop up next?
There's a few. I mean, I'm open to ideas.
I did one thing I forgot to tell you. They have to be written by reform politicians.
Oh, okay, right. Let's hope Edwina Curry defects to reform. That might give me week 2.
Doris is there.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. Oh, yes.
We might actually get 2 weeks out of this.
No.
It's at 12:45. Really delight you. And speaking of disaster being a gift, Councillor Robert Ford has been in touch, the author of this week's recommendation from Henry Riley of Erotic Novels of the Week, written by Reform UK politicians. And he has confirmed that he is indeed the author, albeit that he used a nom de plume. Main character is called Rob, but not the author. And he said, "I've just been listening to you," which is weird, isn't it? They all do. I can't imagine why. It must be a form of masochism. "And I can confirm that I wrote Diaries of a Colourful Life. I would like to thank you for the advertising of my novel." What I'd really like to know, Robert, is whether or not you feel that our warm words about your erotic novel have helped